Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are continuing with our September Build a Journal challenge, where we spend September building a journal one day at a time in the easiest way possible for a novice and a relaxing way for somebody who's built plenty of journals. I'm actually finding it really nice to just take it one step at a time. It's been actually very pleasant, and considering that I am filming like one after another, basically, I mean, this is my I'm on my fourth video that I filmed today, and it's still easy and relaxing for me because you're taking it one tiny little step at a time. And yes, I am filming ahead. I have to, or else I worry that something will happen. Like, what happens if my computer dies? Like those are the things that go through my head. What happens if we're supposed to have storms for like the next 5 days? What happens if my power goes out and I can't film that day? Like, what happens if I get sick? What happens if my computer breaks? All those kind of things. I would feel so bad not being able to bring you all the videos I promised you. So I am pushing through to get this journal done, to make sure I have everything edited and ready to go, and I have everything scheduled. Like, I have everything scheduled till the 11th so far, so I have a bunch of videos that I have to edit and get scheduled. But yeah, that's why I'm filming early. Anyway, yesterday, or 2 minutes ago for me, we made fabric ruffles. And I promised to show you 3 different ways. And I did. I showed you 2. I showed you using the sewing machine with this, like, they called it a table runner on Temu. It is this tool. It's beautiful. I've used it to cover a journal. I've used it in journals. I'm going to use it again in this journal when we do fabric flips. Like, I love it. I used this piece, which I just used fabric glue on, for from the Dollar Tree. This is it was like a farmhouse one from the Dollar Tree. And then we have this last strip that we are going to glue directly on our page, so it was not done yesterday. So these I did in yesterday's video with just glue, just the sewing machine, and then these 2 will get glued in today, and this one will be glued and ruffled, which I find is my favorite way to do it. I don't want to have to pull out the sewing machine. Like, I literally pulled out that sewing machine to sew this, and it's kind of frustrating. So this is my actual favorite way to do it. Let's get started. I have 3 ruffles because I think I said make 2 ruffles, but I made 3 to show you 3 different ways. So let's get started. I think I'm going to glue this black one right on here. Like, that is super cute. We're just going to get fabric tack. That's all we're using. We're gonna get fabric tack, and I'm just going to put the glue right here and then place it on. And of course, I'm going to get out my handy dandy clips. I don't know why I put them away from the last video, but I did. We're going to get some clips, and we're going to clip this in so we can move on. I did hang the fabric off the edge. I like that. That just gives it more texture, more whatever. So there we go. And then I'm going to just add a little bit more glue underneath where I didn't put glue because I didn't know how far over I could glue. And we're just gonna move on. So let's find a good spot for this one. Let's go in the second signature. I'm sure there's like something cool though, somewhere that we could put this that it'll look really good. Should we put it here? Because then you can still see through it. No, I don't think I'm going to put it there. Listen to myself. Listen to me. Right here. I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to glue where the threads are, because it gives me a very nice visual of how to glue it, where to glue it. And then I'm just going to put it once again so it's kind of hanging off, and it is like a tool So I just did get glue all over myself, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is press down, try to get that glue, as much of it off that I can. And then let me tell you, I did not think about that when I decided to use this piece. I did not think, oh no, it's going to get glue everywhere. I didn't think about that. So there we go. Now we have that one done. Now we just need to find a spot for this guy. And where? You know where I want to put him? I kind of want to put him on my birthday. It's all so brown, except for this little bit of yellow on my birthday. I think I want to put him here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by adding a bunch of glue on the page and a little squiggly line down the side. And I'm going to put that down. And you notice I'm putting it in the glue. That's so I can gather up some of the glue as I go. And then if I need to add more, I just come through and I add more. That way I don't have to glue at the same time as I'm trying to ruffle the fabric. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm just picking up and pulling that glue with, and that way I'm not having to pick up the fabric throughout this whole thing and glue. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it does. I think I'm explaining it in a way. If I wasn't doing it this way, I would have had to have picked it up here, put glue, ruffled some, picked it up here, put glue, ruffled some. Do you know? I think it makes sense. Ooh. So now I'm just going to slice off this little bit. And now, because I feel angry at myself, because once again, I did an odd number and I don't really like that, I'm going to go find another piece of fabric to make an even number. I'll be right back. Okay, so I found this red flowered fabric that, oh, you know what? No, hold on. Okay, same fabric, but in blue, because there is so much blue in this journal. Let's go with the blue. So this was also clearance fabric from Walmart, and it was Pioneer Woman fabric, but it was 17 cents. So we're just going to do what I have been doing, and that means snipping a little section and ripping. Okay, so now we have ourselves another ruffle. I'm going to come through here and, well, this looks like as good a place as any. And this time I'm going to staple. Do you remember in yesterday's video I said that you could also staple the fabric in? And I said, well, you guys know how to use a stapler. I know you know how to use a stapler, but let's just check out what happens when we staple in. So I have my We Are stapler right here, and I'm going to start by putting a staple in there, and then we're just going to staple all the way down. Do I care if there's staples in my stuff? No. If you don't like staples, don't use staples. Easy as that. But I thought I would give you another little, especially if are you like me? I hate spending the money on freaking Fabri-Tac. Honestly, it's so expensive. I hate it. So this is a way to get the look without having to spend the money on Fabri-Tac, because you're just using a stapler. And I have this stapler. You can use whatever stapler you want. This just happens to be the one I have because I got it super cheap at Tuesday Morning once upon a time. Literally $2. It was that cheap. Hence the reason Tuesday Morning probably went out of business. You can't sell your stuff that cheap and not expect. Okay, I need more staples. I have them right here in my drawer. I'm just going to pull out, let's continue on with the pink because that's what I'm already using, and I kind of like it with the blue because there's a lot of pink in here. There's a lot of pinks and reds and blues in this. The only thing I don't like about this stapler is these little sections of leftover staples you can't use. It just stops stapling. And then you can't just add another section. What I do is I put them away, and then when I have enough of them, I'll just put them all in together. I also have another stapler. I have a stapler that my boyfriend bought me that has 3 different size staplers and like a little board. It's also that you can staple anywhere on a page. It's actually really smart. But I rarely use it because I don't find a need for it all the time. So this is all we're doing, is pulling the fabric up and making a little ruffle. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do, let's pull this down a little bit here, is maybe, I don't know, this might be my last little ruffle here. Yep. And the last little ruffle. So now you see 4 ways to make a fabric ruffle. Okay. So even if you don't have a sewing machine, you now have an easy way to make a fabric ruffle. Now this is stapled in, and yeah, you can see the staples on the other side, but I don't care. You know what I can do then later? I could come through and add a piece of paper here or whatever it is. I can just cover that. The staples don't bother me. If they bother you, then just use glue. Okay, so let's get these unclipped. Okay, unclipped. All right, so here we go. Here are our fabric ruffles, and then this is what it looks like. Like, look how cute it looks from the outside. You get to see all that cool fabric. So here we go. This is our cover page. I'll put down October. You put down whatever you want or use it, doesn't matter. And then we have this one that we glued in. Super simple. You do not need a sewing machine to do a fabric ruffle. Just some glue. And then we have the one that we stapled. Also, you don't even need glue. You could use the stapler. I really like how that looked out. It looks like very, I don't know, I really like that. And then here's the one that we sewed. Look at how cute they look. They're adorable. And it gives it more when it's popping out like that. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the 4 different ways to make a fabric ruffle. Let me know down below which one you're doing. Are you sewing? Are you gluing and then gluing? Are you just gluing it straight in? Are you stapling? Do you have another way? Do you have another way to do a fabric ruffle that I don't know about and I've never heard or never done? Let me know, because I'm always interested. I'm guessing you could probably use double stick tape. I'm not going to try it because I'm not going to pull out another piece of fabric, because then I'll have to do it again and have to have 6. We know how I work by now. Yeah, so let me know down below, okay? Yeah. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.